Welcome to Tech News Today, a podcast about keeping you informed and empowered by giving you the latest tech stories that impact your daily life. It's Friday, January 25th. I'm Mike James. Coming up in a bit, if there's tech that's easy to hack, it'll probably show up on this website. One browser will now warn you about potentially untrustworthy news sites. Plus, who wants a smartphone that only folds once when you could have one that folds twice? And if a member of the British royal family is involved in a car crash, you can bet some of the debris will be sold as souvenirs on eBay. We'll get started in just a moment. Right now, we'd like to recognize our partners who help make these podcasts possible. We start with the security of your connected devices, no matter what it is, because haters gonna hate, and the hacker's gonna hack. And sometimes it's just too easy because a lot of tech you can buy comes with default passwords or no password at all. And if you don't change or create a new password, it's going to be easy for somebody to access, whether it's a webcam or a smart appliance. That goes for databases too. And hackers get bored, not just malicious variety, but there are some who just want to find open devices and then share them. And the go-to place for that is a search engine called Shodan Safari. Anything on the internet that's open for all to see gets tagged here, and it's a frighteningly wide range of devices from workout machines to video and audio controls at restaurants. And that's why the site is also a popular stop for security researchers who want to raise awareness. So if you're finally ready to make the jump to the smart fridge with a camera to tell you what's inside, make sure you secure it and lock it down with a strong password because no one needs to know how many eggs you have left in your refrigerator. We've got all kinds of password tips, by the way, over at Komando.com. That's Komando, Komando.com. Microsoft is working to fight the spread of fake news by adding an extension to their Edge browser that tells you how trustworthy a news source is. They're using a third-party app called NewsGuard, which is run by journalists who evaluate news sites and then rate them on various areas of credibility and transparency. So if you're using Edge, you'll need to enable NewsGuard by accessing the settings, then clicking on extensions. Once it's active, you'll see a shield in the top right corner of the browser. If it's green, the site is trustworthy. If it's red, not so much. Click on the shield to bring up the different factors they use to determine the ranking, and if the shield appears gray, it means the website hasn't been evaluated yet. And if you use Google Chrome as your browser of choice, there's also an extension for NewsGuard. And just when you thought it was safe to believe everything you read online, right? Just ahead, it's trending to take pictures of your food again. And if a smartphone that only folds once doesn't do it for you, how about one that folds twice? Right now, let me tell you about our partners at Capterra. It's been 30 years since the World Wide Web was invented, and I bet some of you are still using old, outdated software. Set yourself up for success with the new software for your business at Capterra.com. As America's digital pro, Kim gets asked about this all the time. What is the best software for someone's business? And she refers people to Capterra.com. Capterra is the leading free online resource to help you find the best software solution possible for your business and discover everything you need to know to make an informed decision. Search more than 700 specific categories of software. Everything from project management to email marketing to yoga studio management software. Join the millions of people who use Capterra each month and find the right tools for their business. Visit Capterra.com/Kim today to find the right tools to make 2019 the year for your business. Capterra.com/Kim. That's CAPTERRA.com/Kim. So you know about health apps that track your nutrition and log your meals. Now, they've been available for quite a while now, but a lot of people lose interest in manually adding all those tedious details, which leads them to give up. Well, now there is an alternative. At least there will be, with an app based in France called Foodvisor. Instead of having to enter all kinds of stats, You can just take a picture of what you're eating and let the app figure out things like how many calories are in your food, other nutritional facts about carbs, fat, and protein to help you lose weight, based on some details about yourself that you add in the beginning. It'll track your progress on a chart. It is not perfect. Scanning the barcode will also give you pretty accurate information from the food you're eating. It might have some trouble, though, with homemade recipes. It'll give you suggestions and continue learning from there. It will be available for both iOS and Android, but a true U.S. launch is expected later this year. All right, plain smartphones are just so, well, plain. It's not about phones with screens that fold, and foldable phones are finally, yet slowly, starting to trickle out from names that you've heard of, like Samsung, and others that you might not have heard of, like Royal. Even the legendary Motorola Razr is expected to be reborn as a foldable phone soon. But even so, one company is already trying to one-up the others before they even come out, because their new prototype doesn't just fold once, it folds twice. Xiaomi is doubling down on a double-folding smartphone with 3 screens. This week, the Chinese company released a video of the phone in action, which basically has 2 wing screens that fold backwards to create a smaller, regular phone-sized device, and they're asking for people to name it, should it actually make it into production. Because who wouldn't want a smartphone that only folds once? That is already so, 2019. And already being bored with a single folding smartphone is kind of like Amazon being bored with all their different ways that they deliver packages or plan to deliver your packages. So what's one more option? Well, you can get your packages from the usual shippers or delivered by Amazon employees themselves. If you're not home, they'll bring your stuff inside through the Key program. They're also working on delivery drones, but even that's not enough. Now you might soon need to watch for small robots just moving up and down your street with special deliveries. They look like space-age coolers, and they wouldn't have trouble climbing a mountain. And a trial run has already started for the Amazon Scouts, as they're called, in at least one Washington state neighborhood. The plan is to try them out with real people accompanying them at first and then set them free without supervision. They grow up so fast. Coming up, what if you could take a train ride across the country for free? We'll tell you how, plus apparently any kind of royal family souvenir is fair game to sell, even debris from a car crash. Right now, a quick thank you to our friends who helped make this podcast possible. Okay, if you're savvy with social media and have the time to take a cross-country trip, Amtrak might give you a free ride. They're looking for people to take part in their hashtag Amtrak Take Me There social media program. Now, they say they're not looking for influencers, just people who can connect with their followers at a deeper level. Their words, not mine. And if you're selected, you'll get a free round trip, one of their long-distance train routes, plus $1,000 for travel costs. You can apply on Amtrak's website, and judges will make a decision on factors like your social media engagement, along with writing and photography skills. You also have to be at least 18 years old and a U.S. resident, but better hurry. Applications are being taken until January 31st. Now, this isn't just another example of the fact that nothing is sacred anymore. I get it. A lot of people are mesmerized by the British royal family, and some want more of a connection, maybe even a souvenir or two. So that brings us to last week when Prince Philip, Queen Elizabeth II's 97-year-old husband, was involved in a car crash on a busy road. Now, he wasn't hurt, but the Land Rover that he was riding in wasn't so lucky, and debris was strewn across the road. So an opportunist comes along and takes some of that debris, then listed it on eBay. At least that's how he describes himself in the listing description, while he was trying to convince potential buyers that the merchandise is genuine. The seller said he would give the proceeds to charity, and bidding was going very well, as in almost 150 bids that drove the price to an equivalent of about $85,000. But charity's going to have to wait, since eBay pulled down the sale. They told the BBC that they don't allow the sale of any item that, quote, seeks to profit from human suffering or tragedy, end quote. Too bad for the high bidder, and actually, I guess, too bad for the guy that found the parts. By the way, once you're done listening to our podcast, please do us a favor and help more people find us by sharing this and giving us a positive review wherever you're listening. We appreciate that. And finally, for today's Commando Kicker, you probably know the story of Amelia Earhart. She began flying just 35 years after airplanes were even invented. And back then, the crossing of the Pacific in an airplane was considered a tricky and very dangerous feat. But Earhart tried and disappeared during her attempt in 1937. She was declared dead 2 years later. And back then, the main system of navigating was essentially connecting the dots on a map, following beacons from airport to airport until the destination was reached. Because before GPS, if you were lost, it could be very difficult to be found. Well, nowadays, there's a lot of systems and safeguards in place, so if you ever do get lost as a pilot, you're not really lost. Some planes even give out automatic position reports to air traffic controllers and other nearby aircraft. While some planes still go missing, it's a lot harder to do so, thanks to the big advancements in technology. For more fun and interesting facts, go to Commando.com and search for the Commando Kicker. And that's your tech news for today. If you want to win great prizes like the Commando 2-in-1 tablet and laptop, or even a Commando Bluetooth speaker, simply become a Commando ambassador. If you love getting the Commando free email newsletters, you can share it with your friends and family who will benefit from valuable tech and the digital life hacks. Invite them to get the free email alerts. And more people you invite, the more they sign up and the more prizes you win. Just go to Commando.com/ambassador to learn more.